Hey everybody, I am going to show you a feature on Google Sheets that can allow you to create self-checking activities for students to do online. This is useful if you want to do things like practicing math facts or spelling words. Also useful for training kids if there are very specific formatting things they have to do to be successful on certain online platforms that we are required to use. This might be a useful way to help them practice that. So just to show you how it works, if I were to give a student this sheet, I would tell them what kind of output I want for them. So if I said, I just want you to give an answer, they would click in the next box. If they put a wrong answer, nothing's going to happen, and they will know that that answer was not correct. When they put in a correct answer, it will turn green. You can make it turn any color you want it to. You can also set it for their input to be the exact equation that is required. And if they have anything that's not correct in the equation, like that, it won't turn green. If they put it exactly the way it's supposed to look, with the correct answer, it'll turn green. You can determine that. You can also set it so that it will accept multiple answers. So if I had 1/4 plus 1/4 equals 1/2, that will turn green. It'll also be green if I put 1/4 plus 1/4 equals 2/4. It will turn nothing. It won't turn anything if I do 1/4 plus 1/4 equals 2/8. So that would be an incorrect answer. So you can set this to turn green for multiple correct answers. Um, so that is also useful. Let me show you how you can do it. So basically what you do is you just go into Google Sheets like you always would. You just type whatever problems you have on this side that you want students to respond to. You would tell them what kind of format you want. Before you say give it to kids, you would type in the responses you would expect students to type in, what you want to be an accurate response from them. Oh, I'm sorry. Before you do that, you're going to want to click your column, or you could just click your whole sheet like that. And before you do anything else, you want to go to your format where it says number. Instead of automatic, put it on plain text. The reason we do that is when you're typing in numbers or things, sometimes the computer will try to second guess what you're doing, especially if you're using fractions. It might think you're trying to put in a date and it will auto correct to a date. So if you just change everything on your format from a number, from automatic to plain text, it won't do that. So then I just go through and I type in the responses that are accurate for a student to put in, depending on what I am wanting them to practice. And I'll put in this one. I'm going to put in 2 different answers in this row. You don't have to do it this way. This just is a little bit shortcut for me, but if you want to type them directly into the next step, you can. I'm going to go ahead and put both correct answers. Just if you wanted to know how to put an enter into a cell, Control Enter will let you type another line inside of a cell if you didn't know that little trick. Okay, so now I've got all my answers. I've checked that that's exactly how I want them to look. I'm going to get this out of my way for a minute. Then I'm ready to use this feature. What we're going to do is conditional formatting. So I'm going to click in the answer box. I'm going to click on format and go to conditional. And that just means that if they meet certain requirements in their input to this cell, it will do a certain thing. Over here, it gives me this default for this cell is that if the cell is not empty, turn it green. I don't want that. That means if they type anything, it's going to turn green. So on this drop-down menu, I'm going to click the text is exactly. I want it to be exactly 15. I don't want it to be any other numbers to turn green. I can pick any color I want. You can make it turn blue or whatever you want. Then I'm done. And you'll see when I click on here, I have one rule for this particular cell. I'll go down to my next one, add a rule here. Again, I'm going to put text exactly, but this one I'm going to do the exact formula. I want them to write exactly as they want it, and the reason I pre-wrote it, and if you want to just type it in instead of pre-writing, you can. I just like to do it all at one time, and then I just copy paste. So that way I know I didn't get any typos in there. But you can definitely just type the rule in there. You don't have to type it in this box first. And then I'm going to come here and I'm going to take this top row. I'm going to add a rule. I want it to be if the text is exactly that top row. So now when I'm in this box, it will accept 1/4 plus 1/4 equals 2/4. You can see that right now I have 1/4 plus 1/4 equals 1/2 in there, and it is not turning green because I have not added a rule to accept that response, even though it's also a correct response. So I have this one, which is a correct response, and I want to accept, but I want to add a second rule to the same box. So it's still B3. If I back out for a minute, I have B3 right here. With this rule, I'm going to just add a second rule to that box, and I'm going to put my second formula that I'm going to accept, and also turn that one the same bright green. Now this box, when I click it, has two different rules that it will accept. I've now cleared all these cells here, but when I click on them in my conditional formatting menu, I can see what my rule was. As long as you don't teach kids about this, they can't check themselves. They just have to type it in and then hit enter or click another box and see if it turns green. And then you have a self-checking sheet for students to work on, really helpful for them to do formatting practice or just anything that you need them to get more rote practice where there's some sort of formula. And there you go. Hope that's helpful. If you have any questions, always reach out and let me know, of course. And enjoy this and use it however works for you. Thanks so much. Bye.